session of today. This is SpaceF Incubator Batch 1 Demo Day, the second half, and 3 more teams to go during this session. I really do hope that you have enjoyed the coffee break right outside this auditorium. And I could see a lot of you were talking and chatting with all of the startup teams with their booths of the accelerators and incubator as well. So thank you very much. Now, moving on to our fifth team, Team 5 of today. This team is EIS, a company that develops Internet of Things sensor and also database for food contamination detection. Ladies and gentlemen, the team is ready right here. Please welcome Artificial Anything.
Hi, my name is Nat. I'm from Artificial Anything Company. Liquid contamination in production causes a wide range of effects, both producer and consumer. It's a lose-lose situation in the long run. While the producer may lose profit and brand trustworthiness, it also makes consumers get sick from such products, be it malnutrition from the food or from the water they feed into the farm and cost-effective products. When you want to approach such problem is where the problem is occurred the most. It's in the QC process in raw material extraction. While the manufacturer wants something that is fast and accurate enough to let them make a decision on time, we want to focus on create a rapid system that fit into the factory context. Our solution, we call it EIS, or it's called electromagnetic image spectroscopy. The system works by we collect the data from the sample that we want to test and cross-referencing them with the data that we have and interpret them how identical it is by using AI algorithm. And that brings up 3 outstanding advantages. Firstly, it can prevent the low-quality material by screening out the bad batches. Secondly, because it decided to be used on-site, and that means it reduced an operational time to be in the matter of seconds instead of you sending the sample to the lab and wait for the weeks. And lastly, it provides a consistent result. We have the use case we are working on that I will show you. We have the use case of beverage manufacturer. The current problem is that they have the problem in adulterated water, coconut water inside their raw materials, and they respond this problem by they create a special team to do human testing and doing brief refractometer testing, which is a sweetness meter testing, and it's still not distinguished enough between adulterated one and purified one, and that causes bottleneck in production line and also the risk of contamination inside the production line. So we designed a rapid test device for them to use in the production line and get rid of bottleneck problem and also improve significant in accuracy. In our control environment, we will save around $1,000 when compared to the current solution, which rely on man skills, and we would reduce the operational time into 10-second intervals per samples when comparing to the brief refractometer, which takes time around 3 to 5 minutes, and also into lab tests is around days or weeks. And we have a database that accurates around 98% when compared to carbon isotope, which is standard measurement. These are the prototype that we are working on. It's for the use case and testimonial. It comprises with 2 parts. The very sensor device that works with a web interface for making decision and real-time monitoring for the clients. Some device has on-screen for rapid test situation. And in Thailand, we have a target market that we are focused on is F&B and agriculture industry. That total market size is around $3,000 million. And our first move is coconut water, which has market value around $12.5 million. And we would generate the money by using a subscription model with both hardware and software. And our customer group is intermediaries in the supply chain, beverage factories, and contract. From the customer side, we will focus on establishing long-term relationship with the companies, and while making our products known by exposing ourselves in commission expos and direct sales. With the market landscape, we can categorize the products into groups. In the lab scale equipment, which focus highly on accuracy, while the portable sensor is designed to meet the user needs that doesn't need an extensive accuracy, but time optimization, and that we fall into the latter, and we compete with NIR and Raman spectrometer. When compared to other spectrometer like NAR and Raman. We are strong with signal penetration, which means we can collect the data more, and that means we can generate an analysis and create more accuracy. These are the team of the companies. Mr. Tony has a background in engineering, and he is an expert on microwave sensor and all of electrical engineering. And me, not. I am product designer. I also have experience on entrepreneurship with running a company called Pana Objects. We are looking for the seed funds for develop the software and manufacturing our products to be fully commercialized. And we want to make the funds to be used in the marketing also to make a product awareness in the market. And that's including our pitch. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Artificial seeking $250,000 seed round. All right. Judges, if you're ready.
Thank you for the presentation. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So your main target customer right now would be the beverage manufacturer, right?
Yes.
And you start with the coconut milk, coconut
Coconut
water,
water.
sorry. And your equipment, like how it like applicable to other type of beverage, for example, like the beer or like the water, because the like contamination in each type of the water is different, right? So can you elaborate more on this point?
Yes, sure. For example, in the case of our techniques, we can measure the percent of the alcohol in the wine also, and it can be applied in the other of the liquid. For example, green tea to measure the caffeine in the coffee or something like that. In the percent of alcohol in wine and okay, that's for the example. And just around measure how much of the fat in the coconut milk or something like that. Yes, we can apply.
Okay. And what are the like current practice in examining those like quality in the coconut water? They use people to sampling or?
ครับ
Okay, they mostly use two methods. They use human test, which is use human sampling, and they also use a brief refractometer, which is a sweetness meter that they have to look into the coconut water sample. If they are above the threshold or below the threshold, it's not passed.
Okay, and if talking in terms of the competition, like, do you have any competitor in the market right now?
So for the competitor, when we compare the price, our products to the laboratories instrument, our product is very cheap, and we compare to in the processing. For example, in the coconut case, the expertise to test the coconut, they use around 3 minutes for test one sample. But in our techniques, in our equipment, can reduce from 3 minutes to 10 seconds. For in the case of a big lot of the raw material inside, in one batch is around 10,000 liters per batch. In the factory, they have many of the experts to test it. But if they use our products, they can reduce the cost of the employee, of the expertise, and the speed is so fast.
Okay, thank you.
So in addition to Kun Amon's question, like since you've mentioned that your device can apply to other liquid
Yes.
products as well, what do you need to go through, like customization or any technology? Do you have to do anything? to the device in order to be able to test another product?
Yes, because of the base of our technology is based on two parts. One is high frequency sensors. Second is the AI algorithm. In the technically is very hard to make the bad model of the phi of each the liquid. But in the AI technique, we can learning process. The customer can sense their products to make a standard to us, and the standard can be learning in our algorithm. In the future, we plan to make many of the library. In the one set of instrument, they can use and select the type of detection. For example, if they want to detect the coconut, they can select the library coconut. If they want to detect the orange juice, they select the orange juice.
Thank you.
So it's quite exciting to see what you have come up with. So first of all, congratulations that you have come this far. My question is that why you pick coconut as the first juice to go after?
Okay, so because we have the connection meeting of in talking about the manager of the factory in this company in the big beverage in Thailand. So they asked me because before I do that, I make like a smart cup. The cup can detect the sugar in the beverage. It's like a gadget. But after that, the industrial just interesting in our technology to apply to the QC process, and we just cooperation and work together with the beverage industry.
So in short, you pick coconut juice because that is the connection that you have at the moment.
And also that's because the coconut juice always have the problem of contamination.
Right, fine,ค่ะ. And then when you say on the slide that the value is 12.5 million USD, what is it like the value that the company has to pay for testing for the whole year or what? What exactly that is?
Oh, that was a market value of the coconut juice in the market, 12.5 million.
Oh, you mean the sales of the coconut juice for the whole year is 12.5?
Yes.
So that is not your market value, right?
No.
Right. So how much is the testing would cost?
We would put into the subscription model. The package would be around.
Right. I mean, what I like to know is that, again, I'm sorry to say I'm the financial investor, right? Let's say you get the 100% of these coconut juice to taste by AA, right? How much would you make?
The price of our service, right?
Yes. How much would you make out of these? Like, let's say if the coconut juice guy used your tech to taste, how much would you make?
Let's say one customer would pay us monthly in 30,000 baht, Thai baht, per month.
So you mean you will get 360,000 baht in a year for if you earn 100% market share of the tasting.
Right.
Okay, that is extremely small. What's next? What are the other juice? What's your plan to grow big? What is it?
Right now we focus on the coconut water and
It's not enough. That's what I'm
and
telling
also
you.
we want to focus on the region of Southeast Asia.
Of what?
Let's say Indonesia and Philippines is the number one of coconut exporter, and they also has a problem with adulterated coconut water.
Okay, let's say if you have 100% of that, how much would you make? No, I mean, it's okay. Don't need to ask. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that, I feel that you have a good tech, right?
Yes,
let's
yes.
see. Let's assume that what you have shown it to us is right. That you get 98% accuracy. We cannot prove it now, but we trust you. I mean, with that kind of tech, you should go big, right? And coconut juice should be like if it give you 360,000 baht a year, that would be the last thing that you should go after.
Yes. We plan to in the future. We plan to the next step in the agriculture area. In the liquid inspector, in the term of the hydroponics farming and water quality for the aquaculture also.
That sounds good, right? I mean,
Yes.
I leave it to you that because you are at your early days, as the accelerator, you still have a lot of pivot to do. Just
Yes.
want to share with you that that would be the last thing that you want to spend your time if only 360K a year that you're going to make. Forget it. Yeah? Let's move on to the big one.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Is there any more questions? No. Okay. Thank you so much. A big round of applause,
Thank you.
please.
Thank you.
Thank you. Artificial anything. They are trying to expand the technology to be used in agriculture industry, hydroponic and everything. And let's see what's happened next with this team. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next team is team 6th. It's from sector alternative protein. Pam is actually the traditional Thai vegetable that we have maybe seen or not seen before, but it's actually recently excited the world as the new superfood ผักผำนะฮะหลายคนอาจจะยังไม่เคยรู้จักเดี๋ยวมาทราบกันจากทีมนี้นะครับ All right, ladies and gentlemen, I can more about this. Please welcome Advanced Green Farm.
Hello, everyone. Well, as you know, our planet is getting small. Well, not that the planet is getting small, but we are probably getting too big for our planet. And we are burdened, in the food industry, we are all burdened to make good, high-quality food for everyone. Well, Tam, a co-founder of Advanced Green Farm, and today I think we have a solution. And I've been a plant biologist for 30 years. I can tell you that my dream, my lifelong dream, is to search for this ideal plant that can sustain our planet. I work with microalgae, I work with plants, and I think finally I found nutrient-dense plant. So it contains all the minerals and vitamins like iron, calcium, that can stand alone as complete food. But I told you, we are burdened with a task to sustain our planet. Wolfia is also doesn't require pesticide, herbicide, so it's safe for our planet and it's a zero waste. The whole thing can be eaten, nothing left to be thrown away. Okay. Well, another good news that we just found, actually didn't know before, it fits well with all kind of food. It's been traditional food, Thai food, but now we try in Western food, modern lifestyle, ice cream, yogurt, smoothie, pancake, it's all great. Well, if you haven't tried our product, please. Okay. Wolfia is a kind of duckweed. If you're in the food industry, you know that duckweed has cemented its place as an alternative protein along with insect protein or algae protein. Wolfia is kind of duckweed, but it's better because it's a tiny plant, rootless, leafless, so on your plate, it looks great. And Thai people have a long history of eating it, so the world wants to repeat us. And before I started the company, so many people around the world came to me and asked, well, when are you going to start having a company and send it to us? So here we go. Last year, we started our company. And we started from zero. From out of the lab, and then we started outdoor and grow and all that. 1 year after that, we start selling. And actually, we would like to expand as well. We developed so many technology, proprietary technology. We work with many strains because Thailand is home to wolfia, so we have so many strains to work with. We study biology, find optimal condition. We apply my know-how in microalgae cultivation to do large-scale engineering. Okay, and lately we also enter the food market products. So we develop products and we can sell. Now we sell under W for Health brand. Okay, we started selling last month, and we have great response. Okay, we just sell fresh product, and so many customers want that. We try with the restaurants. Now we have 3 restaurants. On the left is a vegetarian restaurant. In the middle is actually owned by Michelin star chef, and then the name is a Krok. And we also have smoothie bar at Mahidol University, selling to doctors and professors, and they love it too. We started last year. We were small, but now I think we are ready. We have technology to scale up, And we like to expand to our next site and to increase our production capacity to 200 kg a day. And of course, in 5 years, we look to, this thing can scale up very quickly. So we like to expand to 20 tons a day. That is equivalent to 10% of the market share of the dark wheat industry, or $30 million a year in revenue. Okay, we have competing companies, of course, all of them in the US. We are home to Woofia, and we like to, of course, produce our Woofia here and compete in the global market. On the left, you can see some companies that started. I told you Woofia is kind of dark wheat, but it's harder, it's rare. Thailand people eat Woofia. So in the US, they work with dark wheat. We are one or two companies that has technology to grow Woofia. The other is in Israel, but I think we have better climate to grow. Okay, so we like to seek seed fund for 10 million Thai baht. We have a great team, and we confident we can go forward. So now we like to invite you to work with us and make our planet a better world. Thank you very much.
Team members on stage, please, and let's move on. Continue with the judges. This is so exciting.
This is Ajahn Visuwat, my partner at home and in the company.
That's nice. So she's the boss.
Yes.
Right. Thanks for your presentation. Am I correct to say that your business model is being a production plant?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Not doing your own brand, yeah?
We mainly were B2B. We produce raw mat. Okay, but initially, early on, we also, and maybe later on too, we have a B2C, small B2C segment where we can educate our customer, as well as for high value added products. So something that we like to keep small, like, as I say, high value added products that can educate customer. Like, however, we're looking to work with food industry to co-partner with food industry to educate a market as well as develop their own products.
Right. So I think that's a good segue to my second question, right? Because if you are the production plant, right, it will be relied on, you know, the distributor, the seller, how they can make these Woofia like big, right? When I look at it, I'm thinking about like spirulina, right? That used to be, no one knows about it, and then, you know, somehow it becomes so big. And if I understand correctly, Thailand is the biggest production base of spirulina.
We were the first. Now we're not the biggest, but we were the first.
Right. Okay. So with that, again, come back to what I'm trying to understand, right? Because you are the production plant. Now we have to rely on the others to promote these Woofia, right? Why? How do you believe that, you know, they can do it, or, you know, what is really the plan to make Woofia at least half popular or, you know, well accepted as the, you know, spirulina?
You're the strategy officer. Would you like to answer?
Well,
boss answer.
yes, thank you for the question. The Woofia itself is more palatable than spirulina. So it's great for everyday food. It can be frozen and keeps very well. So unlike spirulina that you cannot consume fresh, and usually people consume it as a food supplement, and you cannot eat a lot of that. And we're trying to promote people to eat the Woofia as staple food. You can mix it with your mashed potato and gravy. It can be a side dish to your steak. It can be turned to ice cream. It can be incorporated in juice. So we're hoping that actually the market for Woofia is much bigger. Educating the customer will not be as easy. However, we hope to work with some very strong corporate partners to do that. And we are not the only one in the market. Actually, we have a lot of help from our competitors. It's great to not be the first mover in this industry, I would say. Because in the US, a company has already educated the US customers. They've already got the exemption from the US FDA. So this can be sold as a food in the US already. And in the in EU, they're also applying for a similar thing, so it can be used as food. Actually, that's how it got started. Is a professor from Germany came to Thailand because he wants to promote this and he wants to find the evidence that people already consume this and it causes no harm to human health. Right. So I hope that we'll also ride their waves as well as we can promote this from the Asian market, which a lot of customers already know this product. This Woofia wins awards in almost every innovation competition stages in Thailand currently.
Right, sure.
So
Thanks.
I think there are lots of ripples from that as
Right.
well.
I mean, just one point that I'm trying to make here, right? I think educating customers, it's you really have to have like what you said, a great plan and great partners to do that with you.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe we have to try that first.
Okay,
We've got just a little bit more ice cream left, so whoever is out of this room first gets the ice cream.
okay. Thank you for the presentation. How long for the cultivation period of growing the woofia?
Okay, well, it doubles its mass every 3 days. So you have 1 kilogram today, another 3 days, 1 kilogram. Or if you have 100 kilogram, another 3 days, you have 100 kilogram.
I see. And under what conditions that it will grow the best?
Okay, well, that's a long answer, and that's our what we're trying to do, and we're still optimizing. So I can tell you there's a temperature that it wants, there's a photo period like daily that it wants, nitrogen that it wants, so many things, little tiny details.
So can we say that like Thailand is the best place to grow the woofia, or it can be grown anywhere?
I believe so. I mean, it can grow. Well, now it's grown in Israel, maybe it will grow in the USA, but we still believe that this Woofia globosa is native to Thailand and has preference in the Thai climate. And we don't have exact data to make direct comparison between Hinoman and our company because there's still a secret too, but yes, it grows very well here, as you probably know.
Okay, I see. And what is your key competitive advantage comparing to like other food or vegetable manufacturer?
Manufacture like different kinds of vegetables? Or
Yeah, like something that could be compete with
sure.
woofia as
okay,
a
well,
superfood.
right now in the protein industry, pea protein is a leading competitor. Pea protein has high protein. Ours has high protein too, but we have more. Our nutritional values compared to kale. So a combination of high protein and like values like kale. And the other is it grows more quickly than pea protein. So over the long run, we believe that the price point will be competitive or even lower than pea protein.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it like a smart farming, like the way you grow how do you?
Oh, sure, we have 5 PhDs.
It has to be smart. The farm must be so smart.
Wow, yeah, so that tells about like how quality the team is. No, my point is, well, because we invested in one company that do like a smart farming for the spirulina, so they don't sell just the end products, right? But they also sell like the whole farming system for anyone who's interested to have like a side income, like they can just put the farming system on top of the building. Is it possible for you guys to venture into that business model or anything?
Well, this is a model, and I can tell you, it's maybe a long answer, but I can tell you, like, we started by growing this thing for our kids at home to eat it. And they still eat it every day. So we really want the whole Thailand, like every household, to be able to grow. And I have a website to educate people to do this. But in terms of food industry, of course, we want high productivity, we want lower price or high like premium quality. So we're not exactly trying to sell the platform, but it's the product and value-added product is our main value.
Well, In the past year, since we pitched for Space F, there was still ideation. So we was probably the youngest company in this incubator. From that day until today, we have spent a lot of resources to basically collect the data about the optimum growing condition, as well as the strains that we choose, as well as the nutrition that they provide. And all together with that, with the seed money, we are trying to expand this technology and use a lot of the smart technologies and automation to reduce the cost. And it's super easy with this plant because it's grown on water. So manipulating water is easier than soil. Definitely we can control that. And with the data that we have, we can turn it into automation very easily for engineering control. And we also have biotechnology that we can apply to these as well. So definitely a platform is a way that we can go because after it surpasses a certain point, we're not planning to do this ourselves anymore, and definitely it has to
like
scale up.
contract farming is also, but it's a long way.
Okay, thank you ค่ะ
Thank you so much ขอเสียงปรบมือด้วยนะครับ
ขอบคุณค่ะ
Advanced Green Farm. This is very exciting and new to a lot of people. And now we have come to our very last team of today, Team 7, ladies and gentlemen. This team is from Sector Alternative Protein. It is a plant-based meat company from Chiang Mai, Thailand. Please welcome Let's Plant Meat. ขอเสียงปรบมือด้วยครับ
Good afternoon. My name is Smith, CEO of Let's Plant Meat. We believe that our eating can change the world, and I'd like today to tell you our story. As you may know, that meat production is one of the leading threats to global warming and climate change. 83% of the land is used for feeding livestock. 27% of fresh water is going to the meat and dairy production, and these are the real threat globally. Zoom it in. This is our home, my home in Chiang Mai. This is 420 microgram per cubic meter. It's AQI that we breed from December to March of every year. Why? Because farmer is growing corn and growing corn to feeding livestock, and that livestock is to go to meat industries. And the burning doesn't stop in our border. It's burning everywhere. Even though we don't burn in Thailand, we burn it everywhere. So, for as long as we continue to consume meat, the air we breathe will continue to be polluted. And what if we can offer consumer a product that is just tasty and also environmentally friendly? This is the plant-based meat that we'd like to come and tackle. Yes, we see the rise of Beyond Meat and Impossible Foods in the USA. But when they pick up from the supermarket, 300 baht per 2 burger patties, 150 each, this is something that would shock you. And what about Asia? We earning the Thai minimum wage at 320 bahts. We could afford 2 burger patty a day. So we'd like to come here and make sure that we can make a change in the plant-based meat industry in Southeast Asia. So Let's Plant Meat pillar, we believe in 3 things. We believe in what we want to create great taste from our research in culinary and our scientific research on proteins. Secondly, we want to focus on Asia in terms of taste, recipes, offerings, and the price level. Thirdly, we want to create a message for the better world. Our branding, Let's Plant Meat, is mean that we together, everybody can come and help and plant the meat from soil, not from the slaughterhouse. Plant-based eating in Asia is reaching $3.5 billion in 2025. And we believe that we can take part in that movement. Industry landscape, we see that on the horizontal axis, like wholesome and flavorful meat, a lot of imports coming there, but it's not affordable. We have the J vegetarian also is boring. So we want to go into that quadrant to offer something that is good and that is affordable for the Asia people. We started with burger patty. Matt said that is the best burger patty that he ate in decades. We received astounding review from consumers. Some say we even taste better than Beyond Meat. This is what we're very proud. And now we want to start offering something that Thai people will eat more often, like kaprao or mincemeat. They can do dumpling and other things. And in the future, we like to offer something that the world wants from Asia, which is Asian plant-based meat diets. So we're starting to list our product in 150 outlets across Thailand in all major retailers. We sold already 20,000 burger patties in the past 4 months. We're partnering with Kiang, which is the street food style restaurant that we offer in all 70 branches on the kaprao unmeat or plant-based meat kaprao. Our business model, we want to offer to retail, to food services, and to as an ingredient for the food industry. We want to target 6 countries in Asia: Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Malaysia, India, and China. Our revenue target, we want to achieve 100 million serving in the next 5 years combined. It means equivalent to 1,000 full container of 20-foot container loads. And it will mean $100 million of revenue. And we expect to see 30% of the gross margin. We're looking to raise $2.8 million to grow the market. We want to focus our country in Thailand, in Singapore, and in India, where we see tremendous opportunity over there. We want to create more 10 news items, and we want to start on the protein research. And this is our team. We have 4 people, starting with 3, and now we added another 1. Myself, Smith, vegetarian CEO, with the food industry experience for decades. And then Miss Titima, she has the experience with Kagyu meat, 10 years there. Miss Fatin from Malaysia, she is leading researcher on plant-based meat that we have right now. And Mr. Sonchai, he came from the tech industry to bring in business development background to help us grow commercially in Southeast Asia. Our unique advantage is we have the domain expertise. In the past 4 months, we launched a product within a month, and then we come this far and this fast because we understand production, we understand food safety, and we have network of suppliers and the distributors. Secondly, we can launch product very rapidly. We have flavoring and pilot plan ourselves. And thirdly, we are the lovable brands that we want to talk to consumer in the humbleness and inclusiveness. We are ready to take on Asia, and we'd like you to join our journey. Thank you.
Coming to the judges, please.
Great presentation. Thanks for that. And I love the name, right? Let's Plant Meat. That's such a cool name, right? Whoever come up with that, he's cool. It's not you, is it you?
She is behind.
Awesome. Right. So just like what I share with more meat, that these I feel that it's gonna be commodity, right? Everyone trying to do it. And that's why I like it when you touch on the brand, right? Can you help me understand a bit more how you plan to build a brand, and what would be uniqueness into this brand?
Sure. Look at the global leader, Beyond Meat. They're talking about health and wellness, fitness, abs, ribs, athletic. You can have endurance by eating their plant-based meat. Impossible Food trying to tackle on the impossible thing that hymns would create, the flavor that come from meat. And I feel that this something is disconnect. It's not the value system that Asia would like to hear. We want to target more feminists. You see that both 2 brands, they're talking to the masculine, the meat eater. We like to talking to the people who buying food for the household, ladies who are trendy and caring for their kids and caring for themselves. And by doing that, we want to create the atmosphere that is friendly, safe, and like to buy it and then become the part of their everyday purchase. And this is our message that will be different. And then we start communicating through the online channel, using influencer, using our direct message, and then using the PR media to tell why we are doing what we are, and like to talk to you frankly and friendly. We want to be transparent. We want to offer something that you could trust with our brand, and food safety is our utmost importance.
Right. Let's talk about the price point a bit, right? Let's say, I like to compare it with minced pork.
Yeah.
Let's say minced pork is X, and where is Let's Plant Meat?
Sure. So minced pork selling 300 grams in supermarket for 30 something baht.
Okay.
We are aiming to sell our plant-based minced meat 79 baht, 450 grams. Today, we still double the price at half the quantity. It's still an uphill battle because the industry is vast, and then the meat industry has a lot of the whale oil system. We are at the beginning of the uphill climbing, and we hope that the more we do, the more supply chain, the more demand will grow, the more we can enter the chill section, the more we can have other demand or direct to customers opportunity. I think this is something that we like to improve upon more.
Right, you have said all the right things and share with us more the production. What's the plan?
Sure. Production will be, we would take Chiang Mai as the research center and pilot manufacturing center. We are sourcing the ingredients from global supply chains. We want to make sure that we have access. When the opportunities come, we don't suffer and knee down. We have to have in frozen food makes so much sense. We're going to use Chiang Mai to mix and premix it so that we can lock our intellectual property in the formulation. And we send them to co-manufacture and ship to Thailand and throughout the world. And this is our plan to grow.
Last question from me before I let the other judges ask. Sorry for that. So for the production side, you prefer to do big plants, or you prefer to do the smaller plants locally, like more meat?
So we aim to make it affordable, like we mentioned, taste good, affordable, so that we want to ride upon the supply that we have. I think Thailand is the place where we can do that easily, and the market that we like to tackle geographically is to advantage of Thailand as an exporter country. And if the market promised a demand, we would like to use the model to manufacture, co-manufacture inside the country, like in Malaysia or in wherever, like Europe. I think we feel that. And then one of the other things that I'd like to add is, not only we'd like to add Thailand as a base for production, but the culinary heritage, the charm of Thailand, Thai food. People come here for the food, and we want to offer that to the market of the world, like USA, Europe, Australia, and everybody will like to have a chance to eat plant-based meat that come from Thailand. And meat products could not be easily exported, and this will be the very first time that we could export like Thai sausages, sai uwan nam, outside from Thailand. This is the plan that we like to offer it to the market.
Like, let's plan
anything.
Nam.
Let's plan nam. Let's plan sausage. Let's plan
Sounds really
wonton
good. Okay.
Thank you so
thanks,
much.
Okay. Thank you for the presentation, and the burger tastes really good. And can you tell us your secret regarding the research and development?
Sure.
Because I understand that you took only 2 years from the beginning to here, and your burger is pricing less than the other two major competitors with better nutrition, I guess, right?
Nutrition-wise, I think is kind of comparable. We want to offer the best taste first. The nutrition will be improved upon later.
Okay. So
And
what is your secret then?
secret is we, Niti Food, the company that we have experience from, we are the manufacturer of spices and seasoning. We understand taste. And one of the sectors we offer is the meat marination. We understand how to make it good tasting meat products. So what we don't have is the texture development, so that we start on that and then we combine to our good tasting platforms, and that we can launch a product rapidly. We don't want to offer something that you have to add on more at home. But the thing is, we like to do that first, and then we like to add something that one of the motto we like to do is will be tasting good out of the package. So that will be applicable for the busy lifestyle of the mothers. They don't want to find a way, hey, I want to marinate and buy these other things. We like to create the convenience as part of the taste, and then make sure that we can maintain the price where it's affordable.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. Want to add a little bit more. I think, as someone that I watch what I eat, but like it has to taste good. So I think like in the end, like people would repurchase what's only tastes good. So I think you understand what the market really needs, and you seem to know what you're doing. And I think another point that is important is like distribution channel, because sometimes people don't get to study the products before they buy, right? So the first encounter of your product is on the shelf or in the fridge. So I think like for the products that has so many competitors at the moment, like if you're the first product that arrive, the local supermarket, that would be an advantage. So can you share a little bit more on like how do you manage the distribution process?
Okay, distribution. I think one of the secret of this plant-based meat is you have to ride on the industry ecosystems. You could not reinvent the new wheels. So one of the the key partner that work with Thailand is Jakarta Brother Trading. They are the meat importer from overseas. They understand the trading in retail. They understand the food services, and they know so much how to handle the meat and the food safety. We really trust them how to handle the cold chain systems. And this is something where if we partner well with the meat industry players, and why meat industry? Because they also want to offer something that the market is wanting. And the price that we can do it in Thailand make it justifiable for them to carry our product and work it to supermarket. And we receive very positive feedback from everyone in the supermarket chain. We taste good, we price better. And then secondly, we like to make sure that people when try our products, they will come and either maybe buy based on the review from influencer, they start buying once. But once they buy one product, one other package, they will come back and buy 4 and buy 5. And we are aiming to sell in a carton where it's a protein, where I think the consumption is very, very fast and very quick. You see people from the vegan and vegetarian in Thailand that they stay at home, they'll eat that. And then we'd like to see more of the people to incorporate plant-based meat into their 21 meals a week. We want to see 5, 7 a week, and that's the place where we'd like to promote our product to be a choice for the meat eater to be a flexitarian.
All right. Thank you so much. A big round of applause, please. Let's plan meat. A very interesting name of the brand indeed. Like we can actually know what it is right after hearing the name of the brand. ครับผมขอเปิดไมค์นิดนึงนะครับ
If you don't mind, I just would like to say to all the startups here that some of the questions that we have asked, it could be a bit feel like we put the knife and twist it, but it's all for your own good, because at these you are still at your early days, right? If you already have the right questions, right? Because if you answer the wrong question, you're just wasting time,นะคะ. If you have the right question to find the answer, that is the best you could have at this stage. So hopefully you do not feel discouraged, and you should not, right? You know TUF and Thai Bev pick you. You should be super proud, นะคะ. And Mamio and Kunamon and I really excited and just want to say that you guys doing some good things. So please do not feel discouraged. You can come and ask us afterwards if you like to get more clarification, นะคะ.
I like that. A big round of applause, please. Don't be discouraged. This, right? คุณพรดามีอะไรจะเสนอเพิ่มไหมครับผมเชิญได้เลยนะครับคุณอมรนะครับโอเคถ้างั้นขอเสียงปรบมือดังๆให้ท่านคณะกรรมการด้วยนะครับ Thank you so much, the 3 of our honorable judges, for joining us today. We are very grateful to have you here. Have learned so much, have known so much more details in doing business and also other parts as well. I think we have seen that how hardworking all of the teams has been putting into in the last 10 months, and I would like to congratulate all of the teams to come this far. A big round of applause for all of them. 7 teams, including the 2 teams online with us too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we have come to the very last part of today's event. But before we bid our farewell, I would like to invite the 3 executives from the 3 co-founders that had made the event possible to please join me on stage and say a few words before we go. First, please welcome the representative from Mahidol University, Associate Professor Dr. Sithiwath Lertsiri. ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับ
คุณธีรพงษ์จันทร์สิริไทยยูเนียน Dr. ธัญวัฒน์เกษมสุวรรณ Thai Union as well, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. So on behalf of Mahidol University, Professor Banjong Mahai Sawariya, the president of Mahidol University, asked me to express his sincere congratulations to all of the successful incubator startups that complete the program SpaceF Batch 1. We do admire your success that you have gained during these months with a hard time of COVID-19. You are the first batch of SpaceF project and the pioneer of Thailand's the first Foodtech accelerator incubator. Your success inspired the young generation who are looking for a new role model, as well as entrepreneurial education that is now indispensable for global talent. We also hope that even the SpaceF Batch 1 now comes to the final stage, we will be your partners that support your startups in the near future as well. Some of you may participate in our accelerator Batch 2, so that we will see you soon. The president of Mahidol University also asked me to express cordial gratitude to our partners, the National Innovation Agency or NIA, the Thai Union groups for your dedication. We also would like to convey thanks to the working teams that strive to make SpaceF success. The second batch of the SpaceF will begin so soon, expanding partnership with Thai Bev, Bettergrow, and Deloitte. This inauguration with our full commitment will ensure the success of the SpaceF Batch 2 and visualize the unifying power of science and technology with business to create the successful entrepreneurs in the global food industry. Thank you very much and see you soon in SpaceF Batch 2.
Thank you very much, Associate Professor Dr. Sithiwattla Suri, representative of Mahidol University, one of the 3 co-founders of SpaceF. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Senior Vice President of Thai Beverage PLC, Mr. Chong Lebertong. ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับครับ
Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just spend a few minutes to explain what Thai Bev is doing here, why we're here, what issues we're trying to solve, and what we expect of the participation in this program. The reason we're here is we're facing, like all food companies, a revolution, a slow revolution, not as fast as other kind of tech environments, but nevertheless a revolution. Consumer demands are changing. Our population is aging. People have a tremendous health requirements that are rising through. People expect much more convenience in the way they eat the food. And all of these things, of course, consumers have always changed, right? But the changes are accelerating with technology changes that we have. So consumers are changing. The supply end of things is also changing. We have ingredients that we're manufacturing now. Wasn't the case before. We took whatever was available and then we basically consumed it. Now we're tinkering with nature. We're bringing a completely different set of ingredients. We understand much more what we need, and we're much more able to actually tailor what we need to the tailor ingredients to meet the needs that we actually have. Not just what's inside, packaging is changing also. It's not just the ingredient technology. You have new ways of packaging our products, whether to kind of extend the shelf life or provide more convenience and the like. So we really are changing both from the demand and the supply side. Then our whole market, the way we sell ourselves is changing also. I mean, the food companies had a very defined business model that was we produced, we gave it to a retailer who gave it to a consumer. This is being upended by the internet and the web. where increasingly we have a requirement to go direct to the consumer, which is something very new, whether it's in terms of our marketing or whether it's in terms of how we drive our products. And then the last area is our operations. We're a large manufacturer, and like everyone, we have new technologies that are changing the way we need to manufacture. And these are all the sensors, the artificial intelligence, machine learnings, and that type of stuff. And so when we're faced with this, what can we actually do? Well, of course, we're trying to innovate internally, right? But as you were saying, internally, there's just so much we can actually do. We are extraordinarily good at doing some things, but not great at doing other things. And I think that's why we think we need open innovation, whether it's working through academics or working with startups, to actually allow us to better understand and manage the change that we see coming. And so what do we expect of our participation? First, we expect to learn. Coming to these type of events allows us to kind of have a scan a bit of what's happening in the market from a grassroots up type of feeling, type of understanding. But second, if and when we can, we would like to kind of help some of you if it's relevant. Not every startup is relevant to our company, but some may actually be. And that's a dialogue that we can actually have. But finally also, we'd like to participate in building an ecosystem. Thailand is an amazing place for food. We were discussing it during the break. It has an amazing variety of ingredients, natural ingredients. It's a nation of foodie. I'm French. I mean, the French are like crazy about food, but I think Thais make it a bit of a competition with us about, who's more interested in food and the like. And so I don't think there's a better place on earth to actually try and build an ecosystem around the food. And I really think that this is what collectively we should set ourselves as a goal. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you. That's a very good overview of what Thai Beverages is doing here, the clear vision and the aim and everything. Thank you for sharing that with us. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite the Global Innovation Director of Thai Union Group PLC, Dr. Thanyawat Kasem-Suwan, to please join us on stage.
Wow. Good afternoon, all distinguished guests. First of all, I think it's quite tough to be the last person. And first of all, if you happen to know, behind you right after today, you have a networking and there's a beer booth and the fried chickens ready for you. So that's even harder too. So I try to make it quick so you all can enjoy the beer and networking right after that. First of all, I'm very proud to all the startups that have been graduated today. I have to say that some of you might not aware, actually, the graduation rate is quite, I would think, it's quite low because we have a lot of startups that actually did not make it up to today. So I think unlike a lot of accelerator incubators that most people join will graduate, but I think we want to select the right quality of startup, and I think you should be very proud about that. And hopefully with today, you will get a lot of investment and also collaborations with a lot of companies who joined today. Again, to conclude as a batch one, I think it's all payoff that you all have done a great job spending 9 months with us. I think that's something we're very proud of you. I shouldn't peak, but we just finishing a last week selection of the batch 2 for a lot of you. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of batch 2 that be exciting as much as the batch 1. There'll be 20 startups that actually we have been selected. Some of that will be very high-tech, like a cell-based meat, all the ways to waste reduction applications, some novel ingredient. And actually, those 20 startups came from several countries around the world. It's actually almost in all continents, from Australia to Brazil, some in Thailand, India, so you name it. We have quite a large number of applicants that actually will be joined starting from the middle of October this year, so that a second group or second batch will be starting. And hopefully we will be able to have them presented to you as of today for the first accelerator group in the middle of March next year. So you can pencil down. So hopefully we'll have a next demo days for accelerator batch in March. And last but not least, we would like to thank you, our new partners, Type F, Beta Grow, Deloitte, that make the whole new program even more exciting. And look forward to see you all in March. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. A big round of applause, please. And may I invite you to please remain on stage for our very last important session, which is the certificate ceremony. And Dr. Thanyawat would like to do the honor in presenting the certificate of completion to all of the team. All right, ladies and gentlemen, may we have you in the center, please? Okay. แล้วก็จะขอเรียนเชิญสตาร์ทอัพทั้ง 5 ทีมนะครับขึ้นมารับ certificate of completion นะครับ starting from the first team, Sesame. Congratulations. And next we have more meat. Congratulations, more meat. Next, can we have artificial anything? Congratulations. ขอเสียงปรบมือด้วยนะครับ Next team, we have Advanced Green Farm. Congratulations. Last but not least, let's plant meat.โอเคครับ ขอเชิญทุกทีมบริเวณกลางเวทีได้เลยครับ All of the teams in the center of stage, please. I really do hope that SpaceX can be a great start for us to join hands in hands and support Foodtech startups to grow regionally and internationally. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Foodtech Incubator Batch 1 Demo Day has been successfully completed. A big round of applause to all of the team. Congratulations. ขอแสดงความยินดีด้วยนะครับ ขอบพระคุณทุกท่านเป็นอย่างสูงครับ Thank you so much for joining us, and please do not go home yet because we are having our very last part. The networking session will be starting outside this auditorium until 6 p.m. So please feel free to stick around, connect, and work with one another and all of the teams as well. So thank you so very much for having us. And also your parking card, don't forget to stamp at the registration table at the very front. บัตรจอดรถสามารถที่จะ stamp ได้นะครับที่บริเวณโต๊ะลงทะเบียนด้านหน้านะครับสำหรับวันนี้นะครับขอบพระคุณทุกท่านเป็นอย่างสูง Thank you very much for having me. See you next time. สวัสดีครับ